Hey, good evening, everybody. It's pretty late. It's about 12 o'clock in the evening, and I was just thinking, I'm just done watching a few channels, and this put a bug in my head thinking about this. So I want to wake you all up, putting a bug in your head. If S.H.T.F was the hit, are you prepared generator-wise to pull that the first time and it's going to run? Are you? If so, great. If you got to pull it several times to start, fix it. Okay, fix it. Big thing is so many people make a bad decision by leaving the fuel on and shutting them off and letting that fuel sit in there. Bad deal. Yes, they make stay-bil. I don't care what anybody says. I won't argue about it, but I'm just going to tell you, I don't care, because I put stay-bil in all my, when I'm done for the season, like my rototiller was done back a few months, 4 or 5 months ago, I put stay-bil in it, but I still turned the gas valve off and ran out of gas. I do that with every one of my lawnmowers. Everything you've got that works, that I have it. Generator, I just used it a few weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, we used it for welding. I ran out of gas. It don't have fuel in it at all. But guess what? I have not replaced the carburetor. I don't have problems with my carburetors at all. I can turn the valves on, one pull, fire it up. My log splitter, perfect example. I probably haven't used it in a while. You can pull it, choke it. Don't even have to, just choke it. Pull it, she fires on the first pull. You want it to do that, your generator, on the first pull. Okay, if it does, second, do you have replacement parts? Do you have an air filter? Do you have a spark plug? Do you have the fuel filter? And a quart of oil or 2 quarts put back, okay? All right, I'm gonna get the oil here in a second. The fuel filter. The fuel filter in mine is part of the knob that turns a fuel valve on and off. On the back side, that has a screen, has a filter. I bought mine. It actually just plugs in there with the fuel. And do you have your turn valve or a fuel filter put up in stock? I do. I have a cabinet that I keep for all my cars, extra parts that are brand new if I need them. They're there. Oil. Guys, big thing. Big thing. Listen to me. I'm telling you, some of these generators, if you have not changed the oil at a regular maintenance, that oil gets too thick. They're called, it's not like a car engine. They don't have an oil pump. It has an oil slinger. Okay. If your oil is too thick and it can't sling this oil good enough, it will not start, or it will run and die out. It has an engine protective device that notices that you don't have good enough, it's not oil pressure, it just registers it's not getting enough slinging of oil or whatever. It won't start. So your oil should be changed on your generators. I would always say every year. My generator is being used all the time, and I use a Mobile One synthetic. Since the day it was brand new, I've owned the thing for 13 years or 12 years, haven't had a problem. You fire that thing up, it's running, you plug your extension cord in your home, and you're trying to power your house. Power's out, what are you gonna do? Okay, now I believe it's called a switching block. You guys need to hire an electrician, unless you're an electrician, to wire your home up to be able to accept your generator cord to your home. I think it's a switching block or a switching box, something like that. What happens is when you plug your generator in, you're going to kill your home main switch, and then you're going to run certain breakers to run your home. Okay, that's not what this is about. But you need to have that done professionally, not me, professionally. It's a big P, professional, okay? Now, back to the extension cord, where I'm going at now. Generator's running, and a lot of people think they can run your home on a regular extension cord. Not happening. I'm going to give you a quick example. All right, generator's running. Most people have a good sized generator usually, and you're trying to push all that power through a toothpick. Just say that's a toothpick, okay? That's your wire. Huge amount of power is coming through there. I mean, just say it's a massive amount of power you're trying to push through that little piece. That little piece ain't going to handle it. It's going to burn up. It's going to break. It's going to be poof. It's going to be gone. All right. Where I'm going now is you guys need to have I'm going to tell you right now the minimum, and I'm saying bare minimum of 10 gauge wire. Okay? Minimum. That's minimum for a few lights. That does not mean you're going to be running your water pump well. Doesn't mean you're going to be running a microwave at the same time. It ain't going to happen because you're going to cause an electrical problem, possible fire on your extension cord. Where I'm going at is you need to run, say that's 8 gauge or 6 gauge wire. You're trying to push all that power. It does go through. It flows through evenly, nicely. Like I said, this toothpick wire ain't going to handle it. It's going to pop. It's going to hurt your generator. So now we're working with this. Bare minimum, they say on the internet, 10 gauge. I'm going to say that I have 10 gauge. But I am in a lookout for 8 gauge because I know 8 gauge will allow more power freely go to your home. So the power your generator shoving through that cord will go through that cord to feed your home. Effortlessly. I don't even call it. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. So, but another thing real quick. I go to a lot of auctions and I have seen these many times and I blew it and I missed out. And now I'm going to keep an eye on it because I just thought about it. Well, earlier. I have seen a lot of places have an auction, farms, usually it's farming type stuff. They have an extra, they're welding cables laying on the ground. Did not use them. Usually those cables are 8 gauge or even 6 gauge cables. Bingo. That's what you need to run from your generator to your home. The bigger the better. To an extent. You know, I mean, 6 gauge, that's running a huge amount of power, but great to have. I will buy another set of cables and I'm going to redo mine. Saying that. Now, second thing. I wanted to make this video short. I'm at 8 minutes already. Okay, your cable. Let's get the right size cable. Second thing, fuel. Do you guys have enough fuel? I can scrounge up between my vehicles 100 gallons. Between gas tanks in the vehicles and red tanks, I got 100 gallons of fuel that I try to keep all the time around my house. I try to keep the cars filled, red tanks filled. But if that runs out, what do you do? All right, now where I'm at. I have a 500-gallon tank, propane tank to the south of me. That's my house. That's mine. My house runs off that. Only thing that runs on it is my stove. Propane. Have you thought about, if you have it, have you thought about running your generator on propane as a backup? Now, they do offer, get on Google, they offer a propane kit for your generators. Mine's $200. It's a kit that you take the air filter off. You're going to slide this kit over your carburetor. You're going to have a regulator like your propane for your gas grill has a regulator, and it ties into your propane, and you can adjust it, pull it, and it runs off your propane tank. Cars run off propane all the time. Trucks do. Believe me, there's a lot of vehicles out there running propane. We should be able to make our generator run on propane if you need to. So that is an option that I'm seriously, it's going to happen this over the winter. I'm going to do something different with it. It will be there to run. I have off the back of my home, originally the outdoor grill that I have over here was supposed to be out my back door. And it was going to overhang over that area where my deer feeder is. But we decided we'd rather see the woods, so I put that over here. But when I did that, when I built the house, I built it, and I have a a dead end gas line that's over by my sliding glass door. It's in that area, within 10 feet. Thinking about calling the propane company, have them come on out. Hey, come on over, attach me a pipe to my house where I can attach a propane line on to run a generator. That's a thought I'm thinking about. So where I'm going with this, guys, you all need to think about this stuff. If hits the fan, your generator is going to run. Do you have on an alternative fuel to make them run? I do, but I'm not hooked up to it. So that means I need to be, or have the ability to do it when I need to. So this video is to throw a huge, massive bug in your head. I hope I opened a can of worms in your head to make you think, what do we have? Hey, we want to run generator. Are we prepared to run generator for a few hours a day, whatever it may be, or for days on end? Who knows? Are you prepared for that? If I'm making you think that, this video was perfect then. I did a great job. Hopefully this can of worms just exploded in your head and making you think what we need to change. And this is what this video is for. Y'all have a great night. Have a great weekend. And I may try to go to bed soon. All right. Y'all take it easy. Bye.